Hey there guys, how you doing? Happy holidays. I'm wearing a Patriots Santa hat, and I'm standing behind my Patriot towel that hangs over my closet. Why? Because this is Cujo06241's 23rd sports vlog. It is December 23rd. Yes, 2 days before Christmas, and I'm feeling jolly. But first, my theme song. Hello guys, I hope you still enjoy that theme song, because that's not going away anytime soon, because I like it. Now before I start, I'm gonna get a little serious for a second. A friend of mine on Twitter, Kurt Tyler, just lost his dad. I found out earlier today, and it's really sad, especially this close to the holidays. It's a really terrible thing. I just want to say, Kurt, my thoughts, my sympathies, and my condolences are with you and your family. Really sorry to hear about your dad. And I'm thinking about you, man. Alright guys, I'm back. Now I'm wearing both a Patriots Santa hat and a blue and orange scarf. Not sure why I'm wearing this. It's just it kind of fits the holiday spirit. Kind of look like a hipster. So you know what? I'm gonna take this thing off. I really do like this scarf, but you know, it's a little warm in here. I want to give a little message to my buddy Josh and his girlfriend Arden. I actually have a couple of scarves for you guys. They were just laying around. They're the same scarves that I was just wearing, only these are blue and white. So they're not Detroit Tiger colors. They're Kansas City Royal colors. I probably just ruined those for you. Think of them as Detroit Lions. Now they're not ruined. So yeah, I told you, I know you'll see this, Josh, because you watch my vlogs, because you're awesome. Stay that way. So yeah, these are what they look like. You can get them whenever you want to. Okay guys, now that I've had a little fun, it's time to get serious. It's time to get, you know, time to get into some topics. Let's start off with college football. Specifically, Michigan. Michigan offered Jim Harbaugh a 6-year, $48 million contract. This was reported, I think, a week ago. And now there's actually reports that are saying that he's already accepted the job. And, you know, he's signed a contract. He's already set up with Michigan. Now, that's just rumors. It's just you know, speculation. I know his family was really pushing him to take the Michigan job, and that's awesome. I would love to have Jim Harbaugh back at Michigan. Let's just hope this is true. I really do hope that Jim Harbaugh accepted the job. Now, if he doesn't, that's okay. Michigan shouldn't, you know, panic, and Michigan fans don't panic. There are plenty of other options. If Jim Harbaugh doesn't accept, you know, we still got Dan Mullen. We got Sean Payton's name's been flying around. So there are plenty of options if Jim Harbaugh doesn't accept. But first and foremost, I think Jim Harbaugh would make a great coach at Michigan. And I really hope he, in fact, did accept the job. This would actually make him the highest paid coach in football. I'm not done with Jim Harbaugh, but I will save all that for the end of the show. Now I want to talk about NFL. Let's start with the Lions. They made the playoffs on Saturday because Philly lost to Washington, so that's really cool. The Lions actually have a shot to be a number 1 seed going into the playoffs. I don't think it'll happen, but I will get to that later. Let's talk about their game against Chicago. Pretty ugly game, especially offensively. Matt Stafford looked horrible. This is one of the worst games I've ever seen him play. He had 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. I don't know how many yards or what his passer rating was, anything like that, but he just looked awful. He looked absolutely terrible. Guys, if the Lions are going to make it anywhere in the playoffs, their offense needs to kick in. You can't go into the playoffs with a weak offense and expect something to happen. And the fact that they only beat Chicago 20-14, I mean, I don't know. But the defense showed up. Jimmy Clausen played a really good game, but in the end, Detroit proved to be too much. So yeah, the defense bailed them out again. Good job, Lions. Let's get a win on Sunday against the Packers. More on that soon. Something else that happened in this game that I want to get into. Dama Dickhead Raiola and his bullshit antics again. He stomped on Ego Ferguson's ankle, and Ego Ferguson actually had to get taken out of the game. I don't know if he came back or not, but Dominic Raiola denied that it was on purpose, and Jim Caldwell actually said something like that. It's like, I forgot what he said, but it's something like that. Yeah, I forgot what he said specifically, but he's basically defending Raiola. Now, look, I get it. You want to defend your players. I am totally all for that. But if you guys watch that replay, it's pretty damn obvious. Raiola did that on purpose. You guys know my feelings about Raiola. I can't stand the guy. I want him gone. He's a thug. He can't block. He's just total crap. And this just proves that he's immature. He's a 13, 15-year veteran. And he's doing these immature bullshit antics. It doesn't belong in football. This guy needs to go. Actually, he is suspended for this Sunday's game against the Green Bay Packers. So, awesome. The unfortunate thing is, I don't know what the Lions are going to do at center. I don't know if they're going to use a backup center or if they're going to take one of their linemen that they have now and just, like, work them at center. I don't know. I just hope everything comes through and they beat Green Bay. Alright, guys, let's talk about the New England Patriots. They escaped a tough one. They beat the Jets 17-16. Much like the Lions, the defense really showed up. And, you know, if you guys watched my vlog last week, I mentioned that this was going to be a tough game. Same for the Lions and the Bears. I said that both games were going to be a lot tighter and they were going to be a lot better than what they should, meaning that expect a fight out of the Jets and the Bears, and what did we get? A fight out of the Jets and the Bears. The Jets really played a good game. I was really, I just couldn't stand watching this game after a while because New England is such a better team than what they were showing, and the fact that they struggled against the Jets, I mean, I did call it. I thought it was going to happen, but this shouldn't have been as close as it was. I mean, 17-16, again, they won because Vince Wilfork blocked a field goal. So, yeah. But New England won. They clinched a first-round bye, and they now are the number 1 seed in the AFC. You want to know why? Denver lost to Cincinnati on Monday. Kind of sucks because in my pool, I had Denver and I had high points. So, oh well, it is what it is. I'm happy that Cincinnati won because that means not only does Cincinnati go to the playoffs. I like Cincinnati. I have no problem with them. I think Andy Dalton's a little overrated, but he played a good game. Peyton Manning was awful He had 2 touchdowns, both to Emmanuel Sanders, who has been tearing it up this whole year. And he had 4 interceptions. This is the 5th game in his career where he had 4 or more interceptions. I mean, wow. And people thought Tom Brady was slowing down. You want to know something kind of funny this year? Peyton Manning actually has more interceptions this year than his brother Eli. I'm not kidding. Peyton has 15, Eli has 13. Don't believe me? Look it up. Okay, guys, we're going to breeze right through this. It's Detroit and Green Bay, the game preview. This is it, guys. This is the last game of the season. This is the last week of football before the postseason starts. This year really flew by, man. It seems like yesterday. Yeah, we were just starting. Now it's over. Man, oh man, does time fly. But anyway, okay. Green Bay is something else at home. They are. I mean, they're like the new, like terror monsters in the Midway. I know they're technically not in the Midway. I know it's a Chicago Bears thing, but Green Bay is something else when they play at Lambeau. Aaron Rodgers is like Superman, and being away from Lambeau is his kryptonite. Unfortunately for Detroit, they're in Lambeau, and I'm sorry, guys. I just don't see Detroit winning this game. But there is always that chance that they will. For that to happen, Detroit would have to shut down Aaron Rodgers. Their offense needs to wake the hell up and start scoring. You can't fall behind in this game. You can't fall behind 14-0, 17-0, whatever, and expect, the comeback thing again. Because against a team like Green Bay, it's just not going to happen. Look what happened to Arizona. Look what happened to New England. When they fell behind, they couldn't come back. And with Green Bay, it's going to be that same case. Green Bay didn't look too good. A couple weeks ago, they did beat Tampa Bay pretty good, 20-3. Those were road games. Green Bay is a different team at Lambeau. They're just like New England. So, for the Lions to win, good defense, shut down Aaron Rodgers, score, maintain a lead. That's how this game is going to be won. Let's hope they do it. As far as the seeds go, my prediction, Seattle is going to be number 1 in the NFC. Green Bay will be number 2. Dallas will be number 3. I think Atlanta will be number 4. Arizona will be number 5. And Detroit will be number 6. That's my NFC playoff prediction. What are yours? Let me know down below. That's not the question I'm putting to you guys. We will get to that soon. But let me know what your NFC and your AFC playoff seeds are. I will get to my AFC playoff seed predictions right after this game preview. I am going to preview the New England Patriots-Buffalo Bills game. I don't have to stream this one, so that's cool. But it's not really an important game. New England could probably just use their starters in like the first quarter or the first half and then throw all their backups out there. Because they have number 1 locked up. They are, home field advantage. They got all that locked up. And you don't want to risk injuring your starters, but you don't want them to go completely cold. So I'm not expecting to see like Brady, Gronkowski. You might see Jonas Gray playing the whole game. I don't expect to see Blount or Julian Edelman, who, by the way, didn't play in the last game. So that could be partly why. I didn't know they weren't playing. I would have mentioned it before. But anyway, am I expecting New England to win this game? Kind of, sort of. I won't be mad if they lose. Like I said, they don't really need this one. They got home field advantage locked up. They got number 1 seed, first round bye. They got all the good stuff. So, again, probably not going to see much starters, but this is a game preview. And for New England to win, they're going to need to find a hole in Buffalo's defense. Buffalo has a really solid defense, and we saw that 2 weeks ago when they beat Green Bay. And they lost to Oakland on Sunday, which is kind of funny. Anyway, So for New England to win, they got to find a hole in Buffalo's defense, and their defense is going to have to show up. And I think that shouldn't be a problem, even though, again, they probably won't. You probably won't see Darrelle Revis, Brandon Browner, or, like Jamie Collins, Vince Wilfork, Dante. You probably won't see a lot of their starters halfway through the game. So, in retrospect, am I expecting a win? Again, kind of, sort of, but I'm not going to be angry if they lose. And as for my AFC seed playoff predictions, New England #1, of course. I think Denver will beat Oakland and will take that #2 seed. I just can't see Cincinnati in it. I think Pittsburgh will be #3, and Indianapolis will be #4, if that's possible. I think it is, because Indy has been not too well these past few weeks. But Indy #4. Cincinnati will be #5. Yeah, Cincy will be #5, and San Diego will be #6. So that's my AFC playoff prediction, seed-wise. What are your predictions for the AFC, NFC playoffs? What seeds do you think each team will be? Let me know in the comment section below, and I might respond, I might not. Depends. Shock and awe, guys, I have no baseball news for you. Nothing's really been going on as far as Tigers baseball goes. I remember hearing some kind of report that they were close to signing Max Scherzer, but I don't believe that for 1 second, because Max Scherzer wants a shit ton of money that he easily is not worth at all. So, yeah, I don't believe everything you read in the media. Alright, guys, let's talk about hockey. This week is going to be much better than last week. The Red Wings slump continued on Friday night. They lost to the New York Islanders 2-1. There were some calls that weren't made. I'm not going to blame the refs, even though I don't really like the NHL refs at all. But yeah, there was some calls that weren't made that should have been made. But you know what? It is what it is. Detroit played a good team. They played them really good. Something bad that happened in this game is Jimmy Howard actually left with a lower body injury. He's coming back this Saturday against Ottawa, so that's good. We will have him on Saturday. Let's hope they bring in a win. And then on Sunday, the drought continued. They played the Avalanche. They took a 1-0 lead in the third, like late in the third. I think Colorado tied it up. I think 2 or 3 seconds into a power play, they got a goal. So 1-1. They went into the shootout. They actually fought this time. They got 2 goals in the shootout. But unfortunately, they went 9 rounds and they just couldn't pull it out. So they lost 2-1 in the shootout to the Colorado Avalanche. So they were 0-2-4 coming into tonight's game against Buffalo. And this one didn't look good at first. Buffalo took a 3-1 lead. But Detroit, they kept fighting. And guess what happened? They won. Sorry guys, little technical difficulties. I had to fix something in the camera. So yeah, the Red Wings destroyed the Sabres 6-3. They went 4 for 6 on the power play. Tatar had 2 goals. DeKaiser had a goal and an assist. Zetterberg and Datsuk each had a goal. It was a great night. Franzen also had a goal on his birthday. I will get to that at the end of the video. So yeah, the Red Wings got 2 very much needed points in this game. The Skid, they finally got a win. So hopefully this drought is over. They play Ottawa on Saturday. So I will be back next Tuesday to talk to you guys about that. Let's hope it's some good news. Alright, let's get into some basketball. I'm just going to breeze right through this, except for one thing I'm going to leave till the end. The Pistons lost to the Mavericks 117-106. And then they lost to the Raptors on Friday night. So, more bad news out of the Pistons. Here's something good, though. They released Josh Smith. I'm not kidding. I actually woke up and saw this. At first, I was a little surprised. But from what I've heard from a lot of people, Josh Smith, signing him to the contract that they did was a bad idea. He's a big baby. He just causes trouble, and he just wasn't needed on the team. So that's a big move. Let's hope some good comes out of this. Let's face it, the Pistons probably aren't going to make it to the playoffs this year. But Stan Van Gundy is cleaning up Joe Dumars' mess, and that is a beautiful thing. Alright, let's talk some college basketball. Michigan lost to SMU. Now, I don't want to be too hard, because SMU is actually coached by Larry Brown, who was actually the Pistons coach in 2004 when they won their last NBA Finals. So that's cool. I do like Larry Brown. I think he's a great coach. And it's good to see him having some success in college as well. Michigan got a much-needed win yesterday against Coppin State. I don't know how you say that. They blew them out 72-56. Austin Hatch, who survived 2 plane crashes, scored his first points in this game. So that is really cool. Austin, you're awesome. Stay awesome. And you're a bit of an inspiration. So that's really cool. Alright, last thing on my list for basketball. Michigan State actually got upset by Texas Southern, who was 1-9. So, not looking good. Big Ten basketball, getting upset. That's a bad thing. And you know what? Hey, I am not a Spartan fan by any means. I'm not a Sparty. I wear my Michigan colors loud and proud. And I don't care how much in turmoil the programs are in right now. To me, this is what shows the real Michigan fans. This is what separates real Michigan fans from bandwagoners, and I am definitely not a bandwagon fan. But I wanted to point out Michigan State losing to Texas Southern because it's kind of funny because I'm not a Michigan State fan. I don't like them, but I'm also kind of pissed by it because that makes the Big Ten look bad. And whether I like it or not, Michigan State beating Texas Southern would have worked out a lot better for the Big Ten. But, oh well, it is what it is. Nebraska also got upset a couple weeks ago. It's just not looking good for the Big Ten. Alright, guys, who's ready for some Q&A? A little Q&A question. Here's the question I put out on Twitter to everybody who I talked to on Twitter about Detroit sports and all this fun stuff. And this is the question I want to put to you guys, in addition to those playoff seed questions I asked earlier. How far will the Lions go in the playoffs? I think they'll make it to the first round, and unless they get that first round bye, I just don't see them making it to the second round. They could beat Dallas. I mean, it's possible they could make it to the second round by winning. I don't know. Their offense really needs to kick it up, and if that happens on Sunday, then, well, we got a chance. Now for some responses. At the DDSR says if they win the NFC North, they'll win a game. If not, they lose in the first round. We're basically on the same page here. At Gotta Poo Poo, I think even wildcard spot, we can beat an NFC East or NFC South team, whoever it is. I figure Green Bay and Arizona/Seattle will get the bye, so we can take the Saints or the Cowboys. And actually the Saints are out of it. At the time I asked this, they were still in contention, so it would actually be the Falcons and the Cowboys. And I think anybody should be able to beat Atlanta. I mean, the Cowboys, I think we can definitely beat the Cowboys. Cowboys are definitely a surprise, but I think Detroit can definitely beat them. At my line 78. If we make it, I say we win first round, then out second, unfortunately. I could see that. At Kenny Sledge, NFC Championship. Oh, this guy, man, he's thinking. He's got faith in the Lions, and that's a good thing. That is a great thing. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. At Pats fan since '01, the Lions will make the divisional round and lose. Way to go, Vinny. That's some confidence for you. I'm just kidding. So yeah, that's the question I want to put to you guys. How far will the Lions go in the playoffs? Do you think they'll make it to the NFC Championship or to the Super Bowl? Or do you think they're a one and done? Let me know in the comment section. Alright, before I end this vlog, I want to give a few birthday shout-outs. I want to say happy birthday to Victor Martinez. Glad you're sticking around in Detroit for a while. Happy birthday to Johan Franzen. You kicked ass tonight. You got a goal. You helped the Wings win. Happy 35th birthday. And I want to say happy birthday to Jim Harbaugh. Oh my God, I'm kissing ass. Ah! I'm not even kidding, guys. Michigan apparently said happy birthday to Jim Harbaugh on Twitter, and everybody was taking it like, oh, Michigan's kissing ass. Whatever. I wish people happy birthday all the time. That doesn't mean I'm kissing ass or anything. Whatever. That's just mass media for you guys. They report whatever the hell they want if there is nothing else to report. Thank you, media. You suck. Okay, guys, that brings another vlog to a close. Happy holidays, everybody. Have a great Christmas, happy Hanukkah, all that good stuff. This is Kujo06241, signing out. I love this hat. It's so Santa-ish while being Patriots. So it's a little badass. I feel awesome.